Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and this is Top 5s, the only weekly Top 5 show you tune into to find out which boards have been eating their muscle cheese. That's right, in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the top 5 beefed up versions of snowboards. That's right, the ones that work out, the ones that take a little bit more effort, the ones that you might need to bring your A game to. So let's get right into it. Number 5, the Nidecker Gamma APX. I love the fact that they're finally offering this in more sizes so more people can take advantage of it since the last time I rode it. TC liked it. You got an asymmetrical twin, which means deeper heel side cut than the toe side. This compensates for a body's natural anatomy. On top of that, you also have a sidewall that rolls down and becomes really thin. It's not like a cap, but what it does is when you're on edge, it's going to give you a little bit more power and grip and push any movement and force down into that edge to hold. The camber profile is very approachable for if you need to pop or if you just want to butter and play around on the tips and still get some snap out of it. Overall, this is a board that you can ride forwards or backwards the exact same way because it's asymmetrical, and it does everything that you need it to do. Number 4, the DCP Pick Your Line Uninc Extreme. I don't know, they added a whole bunch of words to the name of it. It's the Pick Your Line Uninc. That's what it's going to be to me. It's actually a completely different board than the regular Pick Your Line. I don't know why they call it a Pick Your Line Uninc, because it should just be renamed something separate. But what's cool about this board is it floats extremely well in powder. You got a ton of pop from the midsection back through the tail. You can rail a hard carve with it, even on firmer or icier snow. It's real solid. 5-year warranty on it, so you got that going for you as well. What I like about this, though, is it's got enough freestyle aspects when you're smashing pow that you can spin, butter, and play around on it. But if you're on a groomer or you even want to go in the park, it'll still be able to handle it. And like I said, it's a beefier version than the regular Pick Your Line, even though it's got a completely different shape to it. In my opinion, more people should be riding this than the regular Pick Your Line, but that's just my opinion on it. Number 3, the Capita Super DOA. That's right, because if the DOA isn't enough for you, the Super DOA might be. What I like about this board and what really makes it better, in my opinion, is the response from the tubes that they put in the core, just the milling of it, the shaping, the camber profile, that flex. It all works in conjunction to give you a board that will boost you to the moon. You have a high-end finish on this deck, so if you want to go fast, you can. The only downside that I can see to this board is some of you people, and you know who you are, when you tumble and pow, you like to dig your nose or tail in to try to stop you, and then you end up creasing the nose and snapping it because it is a little thinner. Now, the reason that it has that thinner nose and tail, swing weight. It changes the swing weight when you're hitting jumps and you're spinning around. You're going to notice that it actually whips around a lot quicker. It also changes that dynamic of how it presses and butters. It's very easy to engage this board, but you still get snap out of it, which is what you want when you hit the end of a feature and there's a giant whale vagina rut because people kept coming off early and slamming into it. So you need to pop over it. It's like, that bonus feature on the feature that you're hitting. So it's features on features on features. Do you want to be featured in the creature feature? You could be a creature if you're creating whale vaginas in the landings and you know who you are. Don't be that guy. You know what would be really cool of you? If you went down and clicked the thumbs up on this video to feed the algorithm. Then more people will see it and we'll get more people on good stuff. Also, while you're down there, if you haven't already, subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for you. And believe me, we got a lot of videos. We've even got more content because we make programming over here. Number 2, the Jones Mountain Twin Pro. This got a little bit of an overhaul this year. They put some Koroyd in the nose and the tail, and that changes how this thing rides. It's a lot more smooth, in my opinion. It's still lively, and it's damp underfoot, but there's a smoothness to it. Like when you get up to speed, you can just feel it dissipating any of that kinetic energy, which gives you more power transfer with less fatigue, in my opinion. This board just is a great all-mountain freestyle board. You can kind of take it anywhere. You got slight 3D shaping in the tips that's going to help you roll edge to edge easier, and if you get in pow, it's going to funnel it out. By and large, I think this was the right move, putting that Koroyd in there. It makes total sense to me, and this thing just rides so much better than the previous version that I had ridden. Honorable mentions, all great options, but just barely didn't crack the top 5 of this list. The ride algorithm, the big brother to the Shadowban. I ride the Shadowban. It's enough board for me. I'm very content with it, but if I needed more response and a more lively feel, I'd go up to the Algorhythm. You got more carbon in there, which means more power when you're driving a carve or you're popping off something. Also, it's more lively because of that carbon. So if you want a little bit more board feel and not to be as damp, then yeah, this is something to look at. The Salomon Huck Knife Pro. This board will boost you to the moon, 100%. Great finish on the base as well. When they tweaked the shaping of this and the camber profile and everything, it became a better board. It's got better edge hold than it had. And with the regular Huck Knife, it's a good board for everyone that's getting into park, but maybe you want to hit something with bigger jumps or the half pipe. This is where the Huck Knife Pro really comes in. Finally, we have the Roam Agent Pro. You get that double kick tip, which is really unique to press into and play around on. You can feel it. And you know, you get a little bit of a higher end base. You get a little bit more response just with the carbon layup in there and everything compared to the regular Agent. It's a good board. It's just that quintessential, like, do everything all mountain freestyle twin. Like I said, these were all great options. They just barely didn't crack the top 5 of our list. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. And the #1 best beefed up board for 2025 is the new Salomon Assassin Pro. Holy crap, I got on this thing and was like, am I really on an Assassin Pro? It didn't ride like any of the previous Assassin Pros. It had more snap. It just held an edge better. It glided faster. This thing was the true quintessential all-mountain freestyle killer. It was lively where it counted, damp where you absolutely needed it without sacrificing the board feel on it. It was a deck you could take from the peak to the park, smashing pow, getting in the trees, hitting jumps, jibbing a rail, and spraying skiers. You want to go ollie over a family of fat skiers that are sitting blind behind a roller? Go do it. You're going to clear them. You're going to be clearing them so far, generations in their lineage down the road will still be talking about it because it's that good. I don't know what the hell Salomon did to make this board that much better, but they did a great job and it just stood out. I couldn't friggin' believe how good it was. Like at the end of the day, when I was meeting up with the Salomon rep and I was talking to him about it, I was like, what the hell did you guys do to this? It was so much better. And he goes, really? That much better? And I go, I've ridden the Assassin almost every year and the Assassin Pro since it came out. I've ridden every generation. I know what to expect from it. This was a completely different board. New shape, just it tweaks the camber profile. It just tweaks the flex pattern. Everything about it was absolutely amazing. It changed the whole ride of it and my perspective of this board for this year. All right, this has been our list of the top 5 best beefed up boards for 2025. Maybe you don't need something this beefy, which if that's the case, we've got another list for you, so why don't you go watch that instead?